now, Democratic Congressman Khanna of California. He is a member of the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee. So, Congressman Khanna, thank you so much for being on with me.
Thanks, Brooke, for having me on.
So here's the thing, this isn't just one or two people. We're talking, according to this memo, 25 individuals who were denied these security clearances, and the White House overturned this. Can you tell me, what did the whistleblower share with you all?
Well, here's why it's so concerning. This president has had an unprecedented attack on civil servants and expertise in our democracy. The whistleblower said that there were almost 25 cases where the career officials felt that an individual would compromise our national security, that they had a financial conflict of interest or they had something on their background that was of concern. This administration overlooked the career advice, the expertise, and gave people security clearances even though they may be risking our own national security.
Congressman, can we be more specific? I mean, because we too have the same reporting that it was initially, denied because of financial problems, conflicts of interest, drug use. Like, what about drug use by someone then would mean? I mean, how egregious must that have been for the person to be initially denied? Can you share?
Well, this is what we need to know. This is why we need to have the Director of Security come before our committee. We're going to have the whistleblower, hopefully, if she's willing, come before our committee. We need to have John Kelly and others who made these decisions come before our committee and explain that, whether in private or in public. But it's very standard procedure. I mean, this has happened in numerous administrations. If there are reasons that people feel that someone may be a risk, whether it's extensive drug use or something that they could be blackmailed for or anything that puts them at risk, they're denied security clearances. And in the past, the president has always deferred to the judgment of these career experts.
Do you know, Congressman Khanna, I mean, according to our reporting, among the 25 includes Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump. Do you know who the others are?
Well, I don't want to disclose something confidential, but what I can say is that there are serious concerns about these ranking officials at the White House, and we need to have a full investigation and understand why the career officials were overturned and where our security may be compromised.
But despite these concerns, under the law, the President of the United States does have the final say when it comes to allowing employees access to classified materials.
That is true unless there's misconduct. Let's take a hypothetical, Brooke. I mean, I'm not saying this president did it, but let's say a hypothetical president were to sell access to security clearances. Clearly, that would be against the law. So there's some line. The president can't abuse his discretion. And what we have to know here is, was this a close judgment call, or was this an egregious case of nepotism or rewarding people who worked on his campaign that were clearly unqualified in security risks, and did he give them security information? That's really the question before us. I'm not prejudging it, but what we are saying is the White House needs to provide us with the documents, provide us with an answer.
What if they don't, Congressman? I mean, we have been reporting for weeks that they have been denying committees the documents requested. What if the White House just doesn't give you what you want?
Well, Brooke, you're right, and we have a chairman, Cummings, who bends over backwards to not take this to court because he's so fair. He's been on the committee for years. He doesn't understand why a White House wouldn't cooperate, just like every previous president has. But at some point, it will go to court. I'll tell you, Chairman Cummings cares so much about the institutions, he doesn't want to take it to court. But if this White House does what no other White House has ever done and just defies Congress, then we will have to go to court to get those documents.
Let me turn your attention to the Mueller report. We know that Chairman Nadler will authorize a subpoena this week to obtain that full, unredacted, 400-some-page Mueller report. And the Attorney General came out on Friday with that letter saying that he will get the redacted report out to Congress and to the public by mid-April. So why can't your party just wait for that?
Well, because every day that we're waiting, they're out there making characterizations of the report to try to sway unfairly the American public. I mean, there was no...
Don't you risk more redactions if the Democrats keep putting the pressure on Bill Barr and he has to rush this report out with even more redactions? You see less. It's less transparency.
Well, but there's no excuse for Bill Barr to be having redactions to shield the president from information that may be embarrassing. Look, if they want to put to rest this issue, they should get the report out there. That would be transparent, and then let people make a decision. But it's their decision to hold information, to slowly give information that's causing all of this turmoil. What they should do is just release the report and release it fully, like the Ken Starr report was released. I mean, no one held that report.
Different statute now with regard to the report, but I hear you, and we'll wait and we'll see what happens within the House and what happens with Mr. Barr. Congressman Brooke, Khanna, thank you very much for your time.